Alrighty, guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream. I just noticed that I started the live stream and I forgot to unmute the desktop audio, so you guys didn't hear the intro music on this one. Anyways, y'all, what's up, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic evening. We got ourselves a bit of a wintry mess going on here. We're going to be doing a little bit of coverage on this here today. But anyways, folks, hope everyone's doing good. Let's see who we got here today. We have Braven, we have Peachy, we have SLDS, we have Steven, we have Tabletop, we have, let's see here, Ohio Channel. Let's see here, who else we got? We got Tom, we got Coverage, Ryan. What's up, guys? Hope you're doing good. Ryan's saying handy, hope all is well. You too, man. Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. Is there more snow coming for southwestern Pennsylvania tonight? So we'll get into that here in a moment. We currently, looking at the radar right now, we do have a pretty good amount of snow out there towards like New York State. Pennsylvania, there's really not a whole lot going on right now, to be honest with you. I mean, we got a little bit of showers, mostly rain, maybe some snow showers mixing in. We do got a bit of snow up there towards the northeastern side of Pennsylvania. We do got a bit of snow out here towards like the central, southern Indiana, central northern Kentucky, portion of West Virginia. We're going to get a really good amount of snow out here towards those upper elevations of West Virginia. Dude, I tell you what, they're going to see a really good amount here. We're going to go ahead and turn off the SPC Outlook, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the expected amount here. So this is the brand new overall view here regarding the expected snowfall accumulations. And out there towards those upper elevations, man, I mean, look at that. We could be seeing a good, easily 12 plus inches of snowfall out here. I mean, shoot, some areas could even see well even over 1.5 feet or so, possibly. Up there towards like the peak elevations here of like eastern, kind of east central West Virginia. Y'all are going to be in for a pretty solid amount of snowfall. I mean, especially for like the first time of the year really seeing snowfall. You're getting hit pretty good, pretty hard the first time here. Let's see here. What's up, Adam? Hope you're doing good, man. Welcome. Has the models downtrended on severe weather threat for Thanksgiving? Yeah, so Tabletop, there's no severe weather risk as of right now whenever it comes to it. Now, the models at that point, like I was explaining to you a couple streams ago, was too far out. I mean, we were talking Thanksgiving, which is still pretty far out to be looking regarding the models. I don't like to look more than really 5 days out. Thanksgiving's still a week away. Still a little bit too far out. It has been for the last several days, in which it still, is just a bit too early to tell. So yeah, don't really see anything in the near future regarding like severe weather or anything like that, thankfully. So we'll keep you guys posted. I mean, of course, we're still in that second season. We still could get a couple severe weather events, but as of now, we're pretty good. Let's see here. Indy snow, and even if it's not much, I don't care. It's snowing. I hear you. Honestly, I 100% hear you. I used to live up in Virginia here, Prince William County. This is where I grew up here. We used to get snow time to time. I live down here in Florida now, here in Polk County. We don't get snow down here, so that's one thing I do kind of miss is seeing the snow. I just don't miss the temperatures that goes along with it. That is something I do not like. Speaking of temperatures, let's go ahead and throw up some MEDAR data here. Go ahead and bring that up for you guys. So this is active temperatures as of latest observation. Give it a second here to render, and once it renders, then there we go. Yeah, so here we go. This is active temperatures. So across the Ohio Valley, we're kind of mixing between freezing, subfreezing, up to slightly above freezing in some spots. At the current moment, we do have a little bit of precipitation, a little bit of snow here towards Kentucky. We're kind of hugging that freezing line, So I'm not expecting a lot of sticking to occur, especially for those folks out there towards the cities, where we are typically a couple degrees warmer. Probably we're not going to see much of heavy accumulations out towards the cities. The more rural areas, possibly could pick up a little bit more. snowfall out there, maybe some accumulation. Honestly, like I said, in beforehand, the roads are still a little bit too warm for really a lot to be sticking. So I wouldn't get your hopes up super high that, the school and stuff will be closed. I mean, in some places maybe, but like, a lot of those roads are going to be relatively good to go because they're still pretty warm. Let's see here. Snow covering the ground here in Holly, Pennsylvania, says Ryan. Gotcha. See, Shrimpy says, I live in Western Kentucky. I went shopping yesterday without a coat. Wow. I froze. I went to a small shop and asked their permission to sit in their store until the transit bus picked me up. Wow, dude. Yeah, that's pretty cold. Even it's actually really well, to me it's pretty cold today. We're actually currently it's 57 on my weather station I have here. It's 57 out here in Central Florida. It's a little bit cooler than it has been. We had this really big frontal system just roll through and just really crash our temperatures, and boy, I mean it brought up a pretty good amount of precipitation too. I mean, looking up here towards the northeast here, towards New England. We got a lot of rain involved too. Definitely has a lot of rain from the system out there towards like Massachusetts, pretty heavy out there. But we're starting to kind of crash into those freezing temperatures here. Towards the kind of the south central side of like New York State. But yeah, see, you made the kids sad. They want a snow day. I hear you. I get it. Trust me, I do. But honestly, the roads I think are just a little bit too warm. But you know what? I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a lot of other snow events to come this year, so that'll be good. I really do think that a lot of people out here in the Ohio Valley could potentially see a pretty good amount of snow this year. It's gonna be pretty cold from what it looks like, so we'll see. We've been due for a pretty good winter here for a while. It's been kind of mild for a lot of places the last several years. I mean, we have some snow events that are pretty heavy for just local regions, but overall, I mean, it's been pretty mild winters here across the country for the most part, except like some local areas, like I said, California's upper elevations and stuff like that, they get like those heaps of snow and everything. It's like, yeah, but yeah, no, it honestly is. We got a shot. I think we got a good shot this year. We'll have to see. Let's see here. Is there any snow expected for the Northeast Ohio area, and how much could we be expecting? So yeah, Northeast Ohio will be seeing a bit of snow. Actually, look at this. We are seeing a little bit of snow right now starting to build up here. Let me go ahead and bring up my my analyzing radar. This is my high grade radar here. We're gonna bring this up, and we're gonna shoot to the northeast real quick. Gonna pull up Cleveland. We do got some snow out there by Cleveland. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, so it's really you can notice how it's just rain off the coast because the warmth from the lake here, from the Great Lake. Which lake is this? I keep on forgetting my Great Lakes. I know all my states very well. It's just I always forget the Great Lakes. Is that Lake Erie? I get them mixed up quite a bit. Okay, somebody correct me, please. But yeah, so what happens is these lakes are still relatively warm, so their warmth is keeping things above freezing, which pretty much prevents these it pretty much prevents snow from falling. So it's still pretty warm. But now inland, where it's a bit cooler, obviously we start the transition in back into snow because it's not really being influenced by the lake as much. So let's see, is there snow for Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and how much? Well, first of all, let me go ahead and get to how much here. So we've apparently already reported 12 hours worth of snowfall, 2.5 inches out here by Euclid, near Willowick, out there by Cleveland. That's what we picked up on so far. As of the latest report, that came from a Train Weather Spotter. So there's a bit of snow out there. Let's hop on back here real quickly. So according to the latest guidance, See, here's the thing here. I mean, this guidance is not really picking up on any snowfall. I don't really trust this, to be honest with you. Yeah, so this is kind of one of those difficult situations. You know, snow can be very difficult to forecast, you know, near the Great Lakes, due to a lot of moving parts, essentially. Let's see what some of the models suggest here, like HRRR. Let's see here. We'll do the 10-to-1 ratio. Yeah, so look at that. So according to the latest HRRR here, we could, whoa. Holy cow. Yeah, it's a little hard to be for sure, but Cleveland really could pick up a good amount of snowfall. I wouldn't immediately assume 10 inches what this is showing here, but I would definitely say that, you know, over a good 2+ inches. I mean, we've already seen over 2 inches of snow. Try RAP. What does RAP suggest? Okay, there's some consistency here. Not quite that 10 inches, but pretty darn close. Let's see here. NAM. Yeah, there's a little bit of an outcast there. NAM's showing about maybe 3-4 inches. Yeah, you know, honestly, at this point in time, it would be safe to say that a good 3 to 5 inches or more, locally higher amounts, will occur towards Cleveland. But it's relatively isolated towards northeast Ohio out there by Cleveland. And then you got the folks who's out there by, you know, New York and like Pennsylvania. You guys are going to get a lot of snow. You know, especially for an early snowstorm, that's pretty wild. Let's see. Can I bring up the snowfall? Here we go. Okay, I can bring up 1 hour snowfall accumulations according to the blend of models here. That's not right at all. Hold on. Guys, I think my program's a little glitchy here. 90 inches? Yeah, that's not going to happen. What is going on? Yeah, that program's a little, or that's a little glitched. All right, let's hop on back over here then. So yeah, West Virginia, according to NAM, we could pick up, so those upper elevations, we could see a good, 18, 20 inches or so, maybe locally a little higher. RAP here suggests, yeah, upwards of nearly 20 in some localized spots. Probably more like, 16 or 14 to 18 inches or so. Up in those upper elevations up like West Virginia on the east central side. Then you got HRRR, kind of suggesting the same thing. Maybe locally higher. Oh, look at that. Some local spots could actually get pretty serious snowfall accumulations out there. Then we got like New York State. We could see a good foot of snow in northeastern Pennsylvania and like towards the south portion of New York State. We really could be seeing a pretty solid amount of snowfall out in those areas there. Now my folks who lives out there towards like Indiana and whatnot, so you probably have already seen a lot of your snowfall. Here, let's hop to the 23 Zulu run here. Yeah, this will be a little bit more of a better thing to go off of. So yeah, we might see a little bit out here towards like Indiana, maybe upwards of an inch in some spots from here on out. So not a whole lot, but yeah, up there towards like Cleveland, northeast Ohio, you guys could actually see a pretty solid amount of snowfall. I think could be possible. Yeah, right now the focus areas are going to be for New York State, northeastern Pennsylvania, and areas out there by like the upper elevations of West Virginia. You guys are going to get a pretty solid amount there. We have that pretty strong low that's wrapping up, really bringing in the cooler air and stuff. Where did my pen go here? Hold on. Gonna load my pen again. Hopefully it'll pop up here. I might have to restart it. Oh, it crashed. Well, that's lovely. All right, let's go and relaunch this real quick then. Maybe. Am I just not seeing it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I was going to say. Yeah, so basically what's happening here is, we are continuing to get that cooler air just kind of driving its way down into the country. And then we're still pulling in some moisture from out in the water. So it's kind of like this big chain reaction. We got all that got all that moisture pumping in, and you got that cooler air on the backside, and it's just all mixing together. And these guys, they rotate counterclockwise here in the northern hemisphere. These low pressure systems, in which it's just kind of mixing the atmosphere up. Bringing in the moisture, converting it into cool moisture, which turns into snow. Basically what we're seeing here. And yeah, I mean, honestly, you guys out there in like Pennsylvania and whatnot are going to see a pretty solid amount of snow for the next several hours here. And then after this, there's probably going to be a little bit of lake effect snow, kind of lingering as that cooler air continues to drive over the Great Lakes. And the thing is if that cool air drives over the Great Lakes, it typically reacts to that warmer water, and it condenses, which can create these snow showers and stuff that kind of roll along the coasts, which can really bring up some serious accumulations and stuff. So we'll have to watch for those. But I mean, bottom line, y'all. I mean, it's you guys are going to be in store for quite a storm here, which it's already been ongoing here. It's going to continue for the next while. By the time we approach tomorrow morning here, we are going to be still seeing a pretty good amount of heavy snowfall, but it looks like that really starts to transition back into some rain by the time we approach the afternoon hours. But at that point in time, those upper elevations, since they're still a little bit cooler into tomorrow afternoon, will still be snowing, just due to the fact that we basically have the cooler air up there still. So that's going to really allow for some heavy accumulations up there, with the persistent moisture and the cooler air that's up there in those upper elevations. It's going to really allow for some pretty decent snow out there. And like we were mentioning here, we could really see a good, foot or more, well more than a foot possibly. Some areas we could see probably 1.5 feet, if not higher. I mean, HRRR here kind of gets a little aggressive in some spots. So we'll see. Definitely locally, it could be pretty serious. But yeah, you can really see up there, towards central southern portions of New York State. It's going to be mostly consistent of over a foot of snow. Let's see here. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good. Good day for soups and hot cocoa. Yeah, I hear you. That does sound pretty nice. Next week, happy Thanksgiving Day on data November Thursday, 28th, 2024. Yep. Absolutely. Well, we're getting there. But yeah, so that's what's going on there. We do have a camera. Didn't really turn it on, but there's a camera down there. This is up here in Indiana, actually, southern Indiana, where we have a little bit of snow going on. Kind of hard to make it out, but there's a little bit of precip out there. So yeah, current radar, you can see. So this is the latest. We're gonna turn off those temperatures there. So we do got a lot of snow building in through Kentucky currently. A lot of this is gonna really start to kind of pile up here towards those upper elevations. You guys are gonna really start to see that over the next little bit. From here on out, it's just gonna be a bunch of showers. Constantly rolling over the region here towards like West Virginia and whatnot. And then later on tomorrow, like we were looking at the models, more consistent snowfall is going to be building in on the backside as we approach through tomorrow morning into the afternoon and whatnot. So we'll be seeing, a pretty good amount of accumulation out there. Then up in the northeast here, you can see that, a lot of folks out here towards like northeastern Pennsylvania, towards like central portions here of like New York State. You guys are starting to get that snowfall out there. Temperatures through the region as of now are starting to get freezing in some areas here. But anyways, see you later, tabletop. Yeah, we are starting to get a little bit cooler. With that temperature dropping to the freezing line, we could start to see some accumulations up there, probably in the grassy areas to begin with. Like I mentioned, a lot of the roads still a little bit too warm. Let's see. We're going to bring up our HRRR again here. Let's do this. Here we go. And we'll go and turn off the radar there. So yeah, then we'll go ahead and load up the HRRR model here real quickly. Go ahead and get that there. So yeah, if you guys want to follow along in time, here, let me do something real quickly. I can probably add another scene real fast. Ignore this. Ignore what you're seeing on the screen. I just need to snip this little piece here so you guys can kind of see what time we're talking about. There we go. Yeah, so you guys can see the timing of the model and stuff. But yeah, now you can really see though, once we approach our way into basically tomorrow morning at this point, like 4 a.m. Eastern, we're gonna really be seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall starting to build in towards like back into Pennsylvania and whatnot. It really starts to build into the region. From here on out, it's going to be pretty good, consistent snowfall. Across those regions. And, for the next little bit, at least, we're going to be seeing a bit of accumulations out here towards a bit of snowfall out here towards like Kentucky. That's going to really kind of light up here. It should be pretty much gone by sunrise, which those showers will, after midnight, kind of roll through eastern Kentucky into like southern West Virginia. And then they will actually approach their way up here towards those upper mountains of like, eastern Tennessee and like western North Carolina. We'll pick up those. A little bit of accumulation is possible out there, which if you take a look here at the active expected accumulations, we're going to be seeing some of those upper elevations, a good probably 4 to 8 inches in those really higher upper levels. Towards the borderline of North Carolina and Tennessee here. So yeah, we'll definitely be picking up a good amount, a little bit of snow up there, towards like the Appalachian Plateau of Virginia. We're going to be probably in the range of like good 2 to 4 inches or so. But like I mentioned, it really picks up out there towards like eastern West Virginia. Those areas up there and those upper elevations are going to easily likely see a good foot of snow or whatnot. Through the night, got to get rid of that. Through the night here, we're going to be basically just seeing a bunch of snow showers throughout basically the portions here of West Virginia. But as we mentioned, it's going to start to become a little bit more consistent once we approach our way into basically the, kind of the afternoon here for tomorrow. That's when we're going to start to build up some accumulations out there. And by the time we approach actually here for tomorrow, kind of towards tomorrow afternoon, this is late tomorrow morning here, you can see that, we're at that point, we're still seeing some pretty consistent snowfall ongoing up there towards like, Pennsylvania, Maryland even potentially, and out there towards like, New Jersey and stuff. Now that is the HRRR model. That is just one model run. Let's see. We'll go with NAM 3K here, just as a representation. I just, want to throw a few models in the bunch. You never really want to just fully rely on one model. So let's let that load for a minute. Let's see here. Gaming says, hello everyone, what's up? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Welcome. So you going to bed. Been up since 3 a.m. Wow, I bet you're pretty tired. I've been up since 8. Finally get my sleep schedule back on track for now. these past severe weather events, man, it took me a long time to get into to back in my schedule, man. It's been pretty rough. Anyways, all right, so talking timing, y'all. Once again, you guys can follow the timing up here. This is the NAM 3-kilometer model. You guys can see the timing up here where my cursor is. So this is, I know it's a little bit behind, but this was the latest model we got available to us. So as we approach our way, current time is 7 o'clock, so we're roughly at this point in time. Got a bit of snow rolling towards like Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, portions of West Virginia. We continue to work our way down in time. Obviously, we have a bit of snow up here towards northeastern Pennsylvania, towards like the central side and southern side here of New York State, and basically just a lot of rain up there towards coastal New England where it's a bit more warmer. So then we approach our way in towards like 10 o'clock, 11. Right here towards midnight Eastern time. A lot of that snow is going to start to kind of pull away from Ohio. It's going to start to dry up a little bit out there. Here towards southern Indiana, we'll have a little bit of snow showers still going on. Kentucky's still holding up a bit of snow, mostly on the eastern side. West Virginia picking up a bit as well. Appalachian Plateau of Virginia getting a bit of snow at this point for right around midnight. And same thing up there towards the border between North Carolina and Tennessee. Here we'll be seeing some snow. Then, as we approach our way a little bit further down in time, as we start to get our way in towards the morning, right around 8 a.m., a lot of that snow will start to fade out towards the Appalachian Mountains here. A lot of that will start to fade out down there towards like eastern Kentucky and eastern Tennessee, eastern North Carolina. However, up in New England here and towards the northern mid-Atlantic, we're going to start to get a little bit of a push. And this snow is going to start to actually work its way a bit more to the south here because we do have a low-pressure system that's kind of swinging in and then kind of pulling its way back out. So it's coming in. It's gonna turn, kind of stall out, turn a little bit, and then shoot its way out here by tomorrow. And then, of course, as we work our way towards like tomorrow, basically here for like pretty much for tomorrow afternoon, we could start to build in some snow throughout like Maryland and like towards northern Virginia. I mean, you guys could start to see a little bit of snowfall, but then we approach our way in towards the evening hours, and we start to kind of transition back into rain. But here's the thing, at this time, as we approach our way into the evening tomorrow, we're still going to be seeing a pretty good amount of snowfall up here towards those upper elevations of like West Virginia, because like we mentioned, those upper elevations are a bit cooler. They are a bit colder, which can allow for more accumulation to occur, because of that. So. That's kind of what we're standing there. So I'm going to go ahead and let this play a few times so you guys can kind of see, what's going on here. Once again, if you want to follow the time, it's in the top right here. You guys can see right under my cursor, or right above my cursor. So we'll go ahead and slowly play this for you. So obviously the next little bit, we're going to continue to see that snow push through the, through Kentucky, West Virginia, portions of Tennessee, and, North Carolina. That'll start to fade out by tomorrow morning. As we approach into tomorrow morning, we're going to get a lot of that snow covering much more of like Pennsylvania and whatnot, out there towards like New York State. A bit of upper New England too, and some of those upper elevations will be getting some snow around this time as well. Then we approach into tomorrow afternoon, and as we approach into the afternoon, like I said, we could start to get some snowfall near D.C., maybe towards Baltimore, Maryland. Maryland, Northern Virginia could see some snow. Eastern, West Virginia, a lot of, Pennsylvania and New Jersey even getting some snow at this point in time. Now, I will go ahead and tell you guys, like I mentioned, it is still a little bit too early, to really accumulate. Obviously the grassy areas will probably accumulate, it'll be the first to accumulate. The roads, like we mentioned, are still relatively warm. They are still relatively warm, which, is kind of an issue. Well, in this case, it's good because, it won't cause any inconveniences, as many inconveniences. But, there still could be some rough roads, especially the back roads, because they stay a little bit more shaded in some spots. So, but yeah, there could definitely be a little bit of travel concerns in some of these areas here, especially, some of those regions that are getting several inches of snowfall. overall. But as we approach our way into tomorrow, as we start to get some snow out here towards the mid-Atlantic and whatnot, as we roll our way down in time, it's, honestly, it's probably going to be relatively warm at that point being. What I can probably do is add a marker here showing the temperatures. Yeah, we're going to load that up a little bit. So this is kind of just roughly shows the temperatures as we approach our way down there. So we're going to lay that there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm trying to load those temperatures as well. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Kind of experimental. I really haven't messed with this yet. But yeah. So, we'll definitely keep you guys posted, and we'll be doing more coverage and stuff like that, more updates and everything here. And if you guys have any questions, we will be doing some zip codes now. So if you have any questions overall regarding, if you are going to be if you're going to be seeing some snow, I'll let you guys know how much snow you can expect. So as of right now, this is our latest warnings and advisories. So right now we do have a lot of winter storm warnings in effect for these kind of pink areas here. So this area is up here. Then we got this little area down here. So these are winter storm warnings in the pink polygons, basically saying that winter storm conditions is expected. Then we have the purple polygons here. This is basically where we have those winter weather advisories saying that, winter weather is possible. There could be some impacts regarding winter weather. Not necessarily not as big as winter storm warnings, relatively more on the lower side of winter impacts, but still could be impactful overall. Seeing a bowl of nice hot chili, too. That sounds pretty good. Ponderosa, 28604. 28604. Gotcha. North Carolina. Yeah. So, yeah, you, my friend, you're actually in a winter weather advisory. Right now, according to the Weather Service, total snow accumulations mainly 2 to 3 inches in lower elevations, 4 to 6 in the ridge tops, within a few isolated ridge top locations seeing up to 8 inches. Depends where you're at. Are you like way upper elevation? The lower elevations, like we said, 2 to 3 inches will be possible. But yeah, no, you are in that winter weather advisory. So I would keep an eye out there for it, my friend. Here we're gonna turn on those town names and stuff. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Brandy? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Let's see. SLDS 15401. Gotcha. 401. Pennsylvania. You, my friend, are in a winter weather advisory. 2 to 4 inches of snowfall is expected. Let's see here. Slippery road conditions. Much of the accumulation will be on grassy surfaces, but roads could become snow-covered tonight and Friday morning. Yeah, so that's basically what I was saying here earlier, is that, the roads are still a little bit too warm. You're going to get those accumulations on the grassy areas first, and then maybe some could start to accumulate on the roads. But yeah, really, especially this back road, you got to look out for, too. It's still early season for snow. It still is very much early season. Let's see here. Brandy 63116. Gotcha. Let's see for St. Louis. Y'all ain't getting nothing. Not here. Yeah, St. Louis is good. Yeah, we got no precip out there. Looking pretty good. Whoa. Now it decided to load. Yeah, I mean, look at this. So you can really just see those temperatures here if I play this. A lot of the snow that we're getting here this evening, we're going to be right near that freezing, 32, 33 Fahrenheit, right at the freezing line, really. Those best shots for accumulations are going to be for a lot of those rural areas overall. Then we approach our way into tomorrow. To my folks up there by, like Northern Virginia and whatnot, it's still going to be a little bit too warm. We might be getting a bit of snow, but you can see that those temperatures are just going to be way too warm for any accumulation. So what that's going to mean is that, you're just going to see some snow fall, but you're not going to see any accumulation because it's just simply too warm overall. That's for my folks up there in Northern Virginia. D.C. area as well. It's just simply a little bit too warm out here. No, areas out there by Maryland, Might start off maybe a little bit of light accumulation, but as the day progresses, things are going to start to heat back up, really preventing any accumulations. But then we hop to, like we mentioned, those upper elevations out there. It's going to be relatively cooler. As that heavy band of precip comes through, you can see those temperatures are still relatively mostly freezing, 29, 30, 31, 32, some 33 degrees. It's right at that point there overall. Let's see here. But yeah. See, I'm not complaining about that. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, St. Louis out there, you guys are pretty good. We really don't got a whole lot going on out there other than just pretty much clear skies. It's pretty good. But anyways, folks, well, if y'all have any questions before I roll off here, go ahead and let me know. I just want to hop on here for a little bit, do a little bit of coverage, kind of explain what's going on here, show you guys radar a little bit, show you guys future radar and all that stuff. That way you guys can know what to expect. It's not extremely crazy winter storm. Like we mentioned, though, it does have some pretty good amounts of accumulation in some spots. Especially up there by like the upper elevations of like West Virginia, portions of Pennsylvania, New York State. We could really pick up a pretty solid amount of snowfall in some of those areas there. Over a foot in a lot of those regions. So, but anyways, let's see here. My family, friends at Virginia, says Samuel. Gotcha. Yep. So I have family in Virginia, too. I actually grew up here, Prince William County. Looks like you guys might be getting a little bit of snow out there. It just might be a little bit too warm for really any accumulations or whatnot. So we could see some snow here tomorrow afternoon. We'll have to see. But all right, everybody. Well, I appreciate y'all for joining. Once again, thank you for hanging out with us here tonight. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button, leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. And all right, everybody. Thank you for joining. Y'all have a great rest of your nights. We'll catch you guys here tomorrow for some more updates and everything like that. But all right, everybody. Thanks for joining. You guys take care. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stream will head off here in about 2 minutes, so go ahead and say goodbye to your friends, your family, anybody you're hanging out with in the chat. And all right, everybody, thanks for joining. We'll see y'all later on. Peace out, my friends. Catch y'all later on.